Nation. This is the Songwriter podcast.
Jack about it. It's kind of like he went into his studio and he's like, okay, it's 3 hours, I'm gonna get 4 songs out, this is what we're gonna do. And he's like, okay, that didn't happen. Yes. And then I got home, sat in the lounge, like, oh, okay, that's it. Back to the studio we go. I mean, is that how you find it?
Yeah, I mean, I think my creative process is like half magic and half preparedness. Because I don't know, when you over prepare too much, you are so structured and that doesn't allow any movement. And like this life is movement, you know, like just water and air and earth and who we are. I mean, it is constant, beautiful, non-expected chaos. So why should music be any different?
Yeah.
I think it's like being prepared enough. And even like when we go on stage, like I usually don't have a set list, but we know all the songs enough. And yesterday, I was just calling them out. Just like, all right, let's do this one now.
And the band just get into it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But you know what that creates is like there's like they don't even know what's about to happen, so it puts them in a fresh mindset every single song. Wow. So it's like a new take every time.
Yeah, I mean, I never thought about that because we're talking about songs. I mean, it's a songwriter podcast, so we're trying to like, how does a song come about?
Yeah.
And I was like, when you learn about a song, and we're going to dive into some of yours, like I can't listen to the song the same way again because now I know who the character is.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
I do know.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do to fans is like, and I'm going to swear because we were talking about can we swear as podcast, but sometimes I'm at a festival or a concert and people are talking and I don't go whatever, but then like we interviewed Justin Wells, and Queen of Queens is a song about his wife, and he was about to play it and he took a step back, closed his eyes, and he was talking to her.
Yeah.
You know? He steps up to the microphone and lets it out. And people were talking, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up right now.
Yes.
And maybe more because I knew exactly what was going on. Like, this guy's hurting. He's away from his family. He's here for you. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And I feel like, but knowing that now, I don't think I can look at the set you do again.
Yeah.
Going that you guys are just like this,
yes.
now. Oh, wow. Yeah. How long's the band been together?
It's kind of been in stages, but Chase Graham, the bass player, he's been with me for 8 years, and then Jason Threm on the horns, he has been with me for probably 6, and then Lucas Aldridge, the drummer, he's been with me for probably 3 or 4 years now. Okay. So it's kind of been staggered, but
yeah, wow. For you guys to be able to do that, that's unreal.
Oh, well, I mean, but that's what I love about, like, being with this particular group. I mean, I've had, like, 13 drummers, like, you know, up until this point. Yeah. And it's not that any of them weren't incredibly talented, because they were. But it's just, like, when Lucas came up to me, he was like, hey, so this song where you say this lyric and this thing, and they all do. Like, they talk about, like, my lyrics, and they ask me what it means. And to have that, because I'm such a lyric-based artist, like, that means more to me than anything.
Yeah.
And so for them to actually listen to what the song is about, and even, you know, for them, you know, because I feel like all songs are open to interpretation. But the fact that they just get into, and then they play this like, oh, this is this storyline, I'm going to play the drums like this, or I'm going to play this horn part like this, or this bass part like this, you know? Okay. And like they're phenomenal they are storytellers on their own, which creates some sort of movie, I think, you know, when we're all together.
Yeah, it's like different to being like a session player, I guess. You just go in there and do your part and leave.
Yeah, but
they kind of feel it.
Yes, and that is like my main, I guess, priority of being on stage is we have to feel this. Like, and that, like, a big thing, like, no music stands. Like, I don't want you to be reading charts. You know, I want you to know enough of the song and the base of the song. So if I give a cue, then we know, like, we're going here. But it's total exploration. Like, I just want you to explore every single time so that every single show is not the same. Because, you know, you go to a different venue, it's different people, it's a different time of day, it's a different everything. The weather's different. Yeah. So why wouldn't the show be different?
Yeah.
You know?
And match the energy of the fans a bit.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that's a lot of confidence. Like, I can imagine. Like, I like to be prepared. Like, I'm new to this podcast and I've got my notes. I'm like trying to nervous, and you're just like, I think like we're talking now. I'm not even looking at my notes. It's kind of like, this is better. So I'm so relieved.
Yeah.
Halfway through, I'm like, this is so much easier. Where's that confidence come from? Like, is it just in your ability that you're just so confident?
Well, that's the thing. I think with ability, I mean, I do, every morning that I'm home, like I sit at my piano with coffee and have maybe 2 or 3 hours where I'm just like at this instrument, and it's for no agenda, it's for no song. And, that I feel like is where I prep, is just being and playing and rehearsing, if you will. And we do rehearse. But when it comes to, the actual performance, or when it comes to, I don't know, just life in general, I like to be very present and I like to be in one moment. And you can't predict what one moment is going to bring.
Yeah.
So I feel like I leave a part of myself open to spontaneity, of whatever's going to happen. Like, I have no idea what I'm going to say to you today, but I know it's going to be a great time, and that's all that matters.
Exactly.
And everything else in between, I feel like, is just open for interpretation.
Yeah.
But that's where magic comes
Yeah.
from. And that's what I love.
Yeah.
I love making and seeking magic.
Yeah.
Because it's unexplainable, but when it happens, you're like, oh, there it is.
There it is. There's a
There
spark.
it is. This is it.
Yeah. And I think like the world is kind of like dimming everyone's light inside them, because if you trip or stumbles, like there's a million, like you feel like with social media, I'm not a social media guy, but with social media, it's like there's a million eyes watching me every time. You can have an opinion and you should educate yourself when you should voice that opinion. But we're all learning. The opinion I had 2 days ago is probably not the same opinion I have now.
That is so well said.
Yeah, but don't rip me down for something I said. I'm learning.
Yes.
And before social media, we grew. If I met 16-year-old me, I'd be like, you need to shut up a little bit more. You got a great work ethic, but this side of your life, but it shouldn't rip me down as a human being.
Absolutely.
And I think that's right. Let that magic roll. Let it be out there.
Yeah.
Is that? I was going to bring this one up first. So, 27. Is that like? First question I want to ask is that like you said, interpretation? I was trying to work. Is that like the 27 Club, or is that you in the mirror, and you're 27 and you're talking to yourself?
'Cause if it's true, it is a fun, a glorified legend. Living in another time, you're the real 27, baby. The stars are in your eyes.
So it's kind of all things. That song is very interesting for me because usually in songwriting I have like one inspiration. With that song, it was way too big for there to be just one certain thing. And so yes, it started out with me being born on 3/27, and it's kind of an odd day, I guess, because no one can ever remember when my birthday is.
Right.
Like, oh, you're on the 25th. Oh, you're on the 26th. And it's like, no, I'm 3/27, And there was a moment when I was 27, and of course the lore of the 27 Club kind of, came into play. But I just thought, even though I have such respect for the artists who are a part of that and the history that they have made, I have never felt like I had to end a timeline at that age in order for me to make historical art. And it was kind of a mantra to myself of, you are the real 27. You were born on the 27th. So of course you're the real, you're the real deal. You're like the thing. But I didn't want it just to be about myself either. I wanted it to, I guess, be a mantra for anyone who wanted to do something great. Because, and not to be just very transparent with you, not to sound arrogant in any way, but I do want to do really big things in this world in the time that I have.
Yeah.
And who knows how much time that is. And I think about that a lot. I think about mortality, and I think about like how in the grand scheme of things, like there are trees that will outlive us.
Yeah.
And that being so present in kind of my daily, I'm just like, man, every day I want to make a moment. Every day I want to be present. Every day I want to lengthen this time that whatever amount of time that I have in this life. And so having that song kind of come through, and I had written the chorus way before I had written anything else.
Right.
And I only came to the studio with the chorus, and we really weren't even going to put it, like, I just put it in the pile. I was not even intending for it to be.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Lundy, the producer, he was just like, go and work on this while we're here.
There's something there.
Yeah. And it just kind of all came out at one time, and then that was the song. And but yeah, I think it was a personal mantra of, like, anytime that I went through something difficult, or even still now, it's like, you got this. Like, you are the real 27. And I want to make historical art. I want to make art that lasts 300 years past my timeline.
Yeah, and I think, I told this before, like, everyone throws this, like, outlaw and I'm against the grain kind of thing. It's like, no, like, what you do is, like, point to someone else who's making music like that in this scene. No one. That's outlaw. People talk outlaws, like, people like, I wear a buckle and I do some. It's like, no, risk it.
Yes.
Put yourself so far out there that when you fail, you're willing to everyone to go, I told you she wouldn't make it.
Yes.
I told that, and you're willing to risk it. To me, that's outlaw.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Thank
and that you do so well, like, you're so unexpected. You know what I mean? Like, because you were doing Laurel Cove, and then I created a playlist, and my wife is beautiful with me, so I love country. My wife's not the hugest country fan, which is, but she's like, I like this one. I like this one. It's so great that you can do that and still be part of the scene, I guess you'd call it. But it's just art, like you said. It's just let it be.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, art. I mean, there are no rules. That's my number one thing with music and art. There literally are no rules.
Yeah.
And even in this life, a little bit as well. I feel like you can live by your own rules. You just have to accept those consequences of whatever that is, and good and bad and all in between, you know. But truly, like, no one can tell you how to live, and no one can tell you how to make art.
Yeah. I mean, going on the 27 Club, look at the lineup.
Yes.
They let it go.
Yes.
To a detriment. That's what that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's also, like, what happens. I'm from a coal mining town. Oh, wow. And it's kind of like we should keep that essence, but we break the cycle. It's like, tell your kids, like, you shouldn't do this because look what happened to them. It's like, yeah, you can do that. They took it too far, so let's learn from that.
Yes.
But don't lose the spark.
Yes.
Don't lose that. You try. You go for it. And if you succeed, remember where you came from, though.
Yes.
And that's what Mum and Dad are here for. We kind of hold you back.
I think that is so well said, because we should respect and learn from, just not only the lineages that we come from, but also, even musical lineages as well, and who inspire us. It's like, I don't think the goal as an artist is ever to imitate what you admire. It's to take some things and learn some things for yourself. And for me, the goal is always to make your own.
Yeah.
And that's like what I tell anyone if they're like, what advice do you have? You have to find who you are and what you want to say.
I think the most courageous thing people can do today, be authentic and be yourself.
Yes.
Just do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't try and fit in.
Yes.
And you'll surprise yourself what you can be as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Influences. So what brings you to a piano as a kid? Like, when's the first time you put your fingers on the ivory?
Well, to be quite honest with you, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago is when I started.
No way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had played guitar. I started when I was 13 and took that journey. But when I found the keys, I tell people it felt like someone had given me more colors in the palette that I was able to paint with. And it just clicked with my brain in a way that, even though I love guitar, just being able maybe to see your fingers in front of you. And I don't know anything about music, meaning I never went to school. I don't know how to read music.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you. Are you classically trained? That was one of the questions.
That is nothing.
It's just the way, like, the song comes together.
Yeah.
And you would think with a band, how in sync that you would, because it's muscle memory. We've been doing this since high school, and I got this scholarship, and that's what I would think.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No.
That's why I'm blown away. Like 5 years, I'm like, nah, this is
Yeah.
This is
no,
crazy.
I originally, I was living above a studio that just had a piano around. And I'm figuring out that that's a lot, I think, about like learning new instruments is just literally having them out and around. And even if you don't know anything, just like you walk by and you do something. And then like maybe you sit down one day and you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea. And I didn't at all. But I would just sit down at that piano and try to make things sound good.
You didn't know lessons?
No.
You just worked it out.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
And then, I found Dr. John out of New Orleans, and there was just something in me that listening to him play, it felt like there was such a short distance between his soul and his fingers. Like it just felt like that vessel was so short, and he was just really expressing his soul through what he played. And I was like, I don't know how to do any of this, but I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to figure that out. And just like I said, of using influences, when I found his music, of course, I found, other New Orleans piano players. But even now, like I don't play necessarily, the New Orleans style. And I also, I don't feel like, I feel like I have the ability to take inspiration from them, but I never have ever claimed that because I'm not from there. And New Orleans is a very special place and culture and life and being. And I have never tried to come in and say that I am one because I'm not.
So where are you originally from?
Northeast Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Because I thought you were from New Orleans, like kind of.
Yeah, and everyone does, and that's been put in so many articles that, oh yeah, this is a band from New Orleans. I'm like, no, we're not.
Oh, wow.
Like at all. We're just very influenced by the spirit of that music. And so then once I started like kind of learning some things from his piano playing, I knew that like I can never be Dr. John. Like there is no one who can be. So I have to take what I have learned and then apply it to my own songs and what I want to say in my own journey, and remembering where you come from, but also, making a complete new path and discovering your own stuff and what you want to say.
Yeah.
So
when you're playing, because I'm not a musician at all, I'm a music fan, but how do you see the notes? Or do you, because it's piano, do you write it out, or it is just muscle memory and it just happens?
Yeah, so most of the time I don't even know the chords I'm playing. I just know that they sound right to me.
Wow.
And then I ask Jason, my saxophone, I'm like, what key is this song in?
Really?
Yeah. And he'll be like, it's in B flat. And I'm like, okay, great.
There's going to be some piano students sitting there going, well, I'm hammering this out. And this lady just walks up and just blitzes it without.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. But I sit at the piano every day. I mean, it is, I have created a connection with, my piano of a morning ritual.
Yeah.
And that's where I feel, the preparedness that we talked about, even though that comes from, being just at that instrument every day or when I can, I still don't know a lot. And I kind of like that. That's because when you don't know the rules, you have no chains. Yeah. You just get to do whatever you want because you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we say that about old, like, it's the same, I don't know if it's in America, in Australia, for old people, it's like when you retire, you die.
Yeah.
Because you stop learning. The essence is gone. So I've retired from my job. I'm sitting at home. I've got a big cash full of money because I did the right thing. But no, a year later, they're dead.
Yes.
And there's something to that. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like constantly learning and stretching yourself and grow, like even emotionally, physically, whatever it is.
Yes.
So you should, people's like, oh, what do I do now? But listen, go read some books. Go discover new art. Go travel. And that's something I always go back to. Might be getting off topic here, but Good Will Hunting, there's a scene in that, and he says to him, if I ask you about some church, or you could tell me how big it was and how many people go there, you never walked through the doors and looked up. Yes. If I asked you about a woman, you could quote me Shakespeare and certain things. You can't tell me what it's like to hold a woman as her hair falls out of your wife and stay there till she's dead. You know, and for me, I'm like, that's it.
Yes.
Go experience life.
Yes.
Before you get on the keyboard and start on social media, put it down. Go out there.
Yes.
Go look at some homeless people.
Yeah.
You know, go look at some struggles. I mean, like from a coal mining town and where we are in Appalachia, that's why the music's so rich here. Because they got real life problems. They've got an uncle that's, you know, that's addicted to something and, you know, hurt their back and off they go. So, I mean, that comes through, you know, for your music. I mean, so horse running. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk about that. I want to know who this person is. I want to know. I want the tea.
You're like a nightmare lurking in the dark, shaking my breast, scaring my heart. You're like a forgery of foreign art. If you look real close, you can tell them apart. You're like confetti falling to the floor. One big bang, then there ain't no more. Been there before, left wanting more, baby. What for?
Well, I will say this. When I write songs, sometimes, you know how the exercise of like writing angry letters, you're supposed to write it and then you're supposed to like throw it away. Yeah. You know, and then you're good. You've got it out and you didn't have to, you know, and sometimes songs can be that for me. Like I can, but it could be in a moment, you know, but I will take something like if I get upset about, you know, this like one little thing, and even if it's just like a moment, like it will immediately, my poet in here will just start like, you know, in a very Eminem kind of way. We'll just kind of start like laying it out. And then when I write it, I'm like, okay, that's it. And I can move on. Yeah. You know, and it's not in every song, but there are songs that or if I'm incredibly emotionally invested in, just tore up about something and I don't know how to express that, I can always take a pen and write it. And that writing has really been that. And my songs, in a way, they are a diary, but I also, I won't let the truth get in the way of a good lyric. You know, like if it works, you know, then I will just let the art flow. I do not stifle art just because it's not the exact way something happened. You know, like I am a storyteller. You know.
And you're a good one,
you know.
That's so awesome.
But yeah, with horse running, I think for that it was like being in Lexington and being that was really my first time being in that city. And of course, like you have like your horses and your bourbon, but there's just something about walking those streets that gives you this
Gotcha.
You know, and I remember kind of writing that, and to spill a bit of tea, just because we're in such a beautiful moment. I was angry at a way that a musical decision had gone down, and I won't name names, of course, but it was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like, and just being able to write that down. You're like a horse running around that track, wondering if I'm going to get my money back. You're like a bottle of booze in a paper sack, kissing me in that Cadillac. It's like, okay, that part, that never happened. But it sounded good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so with my songwriting, I tell people it's kind of like a rope. Like, at the center of it is the core truth. And it's really how I feel. But then there are these braids of poetry that are wrapped around to make a full rope, to make that thing that, you know, you use... So.
I mean, there's great stories in the past were done. Like there was, there could have been a battle, and they did win, but we won this way. We flared it up a little bit, and he rode in like this on this beautiful white horse. And it's like, sometimes when you learn about it, it's like, oh, I thought it was this big grandeur thing, but that's such an interesting story.
But I mean, I think that's how folklore is made.
And
I love that. Like, I love folklore. I love folk tales. I love how, you know, you can tell someone a story and then all of a sudden they add their own twist and their own twist. And I think that's part of the human experience is to relay and excite and dive in to how something happened or didn't happen. You know,
sometimes my grandma used to tell me some good stories, and then my mum was like, well, it didn't really happen like that. No, it happened like that. It happened like that. It will always happen like in my head. So we're going to get you to play a song for us.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Yeah. And what are you going to play for us?
Let's do horse running.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. Horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running round the track, wondering if I'm gonna get my money back. Like a bottle of booze in a paper sack, kissing me in that Cadillac. You're like a robbery that turned out bad. Could have made it out alive with the love we had, but it's all gone bad and I won't come back, baby. Ain't that sad? You're like a nightmare lurking in the dark, shaking my breast, scaring my heart. You're like a forgery, a foreign art. If you look real close, you can tell them apart. You're like confetti falling to the floor. One big bang, then there ain't no more. Been there before, left wanting more. Baby, what a bore. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. Horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a stack of cash in an armored truck. The goods are inside, but the walls are up. Like a third strike on a matchbox. You want the cigarette, but it's bad luck. You're like a pilot with a parachute. Left me on the plane and took all the loot, but I keep my cool. What's wrong with you? I'm not your fool. You're like bad news on the witness stand. Swore to the truth, but you made other plans. Pomade in the palm of my hand, try to wash it out every chance I get. You're like a poet with a pocketbook, go to cash it out, but they say it's no good. I already knew, thought we get through. Should've known that you're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. Horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running round that track, wondering if I'm gonna get my money back. Like a bottle of booze in a paper sack, kissing me in that Cadillac. You're like a robbery that turned out bad. Could have made it out alive with the love we had, but it's all gone bad and I won't come back, baby. Ain't that sad? You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running. Horse running, horse running, horse running. Horse running, horse running. You're like a horse running, horse running, horse running.
Thank you for listening to the Songwriter Podcast. You can find out more about this artist in the show notes, including links to their work. Rob Hillier is the host of the Songwriter Podcast and the founder, CEO of Jam Nation. Brad Luttrell is our executive producer. Jacob Bozarth is our co-producer. The show was recorded and edited by Sam Tucker with Tucker Creative. The show's incredible intro vocals are by singer-songwriter Emily Jamerson. Thank you to Pine Mountain State Park for hosting these conversations and Bell County Tourism for helping us coordinate. This show is brought to you by Jam Nation. If you haven't heard of Jam Nation, it's an app not just for fans, but fanatics. Jam Nation app tracks your listens, it connects you with other top fans, and it helps you earn not only bragging rights, but you're going to get exclusive access to content, tickets, and more. We're always adding in new features, so it's going to continue to evolve. This is your chance to get in early. You can download the Jam Nation app from the app stores right now, and many of the artists that are on this show and coming on this show are already there. If you enjoyed this episode, we really would appreciate a rating on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you're listening. It really matters. I promise you it does, and it helps the show grow, gives us traction, and gives us social proof so that we can continue to go out and get more songwriters on the podcast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon on The Songwriter, where we explore the life behind the lyric.